Okay, guys, this is for B4, unknown B4. So this is letters S through Z, first letter of your last name. So what we're going to do is we're going to test 5 different cations here and several different tests on each cation, so bear with us. But the first one is for iron 3 ion. So we have iron 3 nitrate and these test tubes here. And the first test tube is the iron 3 nitrate. And the second test tube is unknown B4. I'm going to add potassium thiocyanate, KSCN, to each of these, and we're going to see what happens as a result. So I'm adding some potassium thiocyanate to each of these, and we'll see if we see a similar result. What color is that there, Miss Woodzicki?
It's definitely blood.
Blood has a color?
Yeah, but it's blood color.
Blood color, okay. And then the other one doesn't look like it has any color, color or less. So there's our first test. So that's for the iron 3 ion. We'll do a different kind of test for some of these other ones. We're actually going to do a flame test for the sodium chloride, and we'll also do a flame test for our unknown and kind of compare the two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Q-tip in here for about 15 to 30 seconds or so, let it absorb in that Q-tip, and then I'm going to do a little flame test with the Q-tip, a little different than the flame test you guys did in the lab last week, but there you go. So I'll place this in here, and we'll see what color we get as a result. So there's our flame test color for sodium. Nice and pretty. And we'll do the same for our unknown. Let that sit in the unknown for a second. And we'll go ahead and light that one now for B4. Place it in the flame. See what kind of result we get here. You don't want to set the Q-tip on fire, Tollett. Okay, so there we go. There's the ions burning. So that is our unknown flame test there. If I go back to the known sodium flame test, there we go. Comparison, here's the unknown again. All right, moving on. So that was for sodium chloride. We're going to do something similar for potassium, but for the potassium chloride, we're going to add cobalt glass as one of the as one of our experiments here. So I'm going to take I'm going to take the Q-tip and put it in the KCl, and then I'm going to test for the potassium ions and see what they look like. Takes a little longer to get these to kind of light up. So come on, ions. Come on, ions. There we go. So we're getting our potassium ions to light up there. And I'll do a cobalt blue glass through the lens of the camera. Okay, so that was our potassium ions. Now we'll do our unknown. Let that soak in there just a little bit. The same with our unknown. Now you already saw the unknown, but we'll do it again anyway. Put the unknown on there and see if you think it looks the same. Get that to heat up nicely. There we go. There's our unknown. Got your glass going. So that's it with the glass. Okie doke. Think that's good?
Yeah, I think that's good.
She thinks that's good. All right, so that concludes for the potassium. 2 more steps. The calcium ion. What we're going to do first is add some sodium oxalate. The first tube is calcium nitrate. The second tube is unknown number 4. So we'll add some. There we go. Some sodium oxalate to this here. And then we'll do the same here to our unknown. We'll see if we see a change there as well. That's going to take us very long. Flick, 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 flick. And see if we see a color change there. Pretty straightforward. Next, we'll go ahead and do a flame test again with the calcium ion and the unknown again. Probably should know what your unknown looks like by now. We've done 2 of them, but I'll show it to you again just in case. I got a couple of them over here to choose from. So I'll put this in for calcium. Again, getting those ions to kind of heat up and light up. Come on, ions. Come on, ions. There they go. There, my ions lighting up right there. We're not doing a cobalt blue glass test this time, but there's our calcium ions. Okay, that's our known. And then the unknown is here. Notice if you think there was a difference there. Okay, that was for calcium ion. And then the last test, a little complex. What we're going to do is we've got ammonium nitrate in one of them. This first one here is our known. And our unknown B4 is over here. We're going to add a few drops of, 3 drops actually, of 6 smaller sodium hydroxide. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. I think I may have gone an extra one. 1, 2, 3. I'll add the extra one on that one too. And then we'll kind of see what happened here as a result. Do I see anything changing? I don't see a whole lot changing there. So let's do another test. What we're going to do additionally here is I'm going to take each of these, heat them up a little bit in the flame, and I'm going to test them with red litmus paper and see if I have a color change on the red litmus paper. So let's make the red litmus paper have some liquid in there. I'm going to take my test tube here, and I heat it just a little bit over the flame. Don't want to boil it, just a little bit. I'm going to place that red litmus so that any gases in there would be absorbed by that soaked red litmus paper, and see if you see a change in its color. Can you see that color change?
There it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not on the white. You see it right here?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
it down there? Should have
Okay.
done that on all the other ones, okay.
Right.
That was great. So that was for the ammonium nitrate. We'll now try it with the unknown, same thing. Take it, add a little bit of distilled water to it. We'll heat this one. Don't want to heat it too high, just enough to drive off any gases that might be dissolved in that liquid there. And then we'll place this in the mouth of the test tube and see if we see a color change there. Okay, so that concludes all of our tests for the unknowns, all the way through B4. So you guys, S through Z, are finished. The last thing you'll have to do is write down what you determine as your anion and your cation unknowns for this lab. Okay, see you next time.